Hello, and welcome to another edition of Tasting Notes. On today's edition, we're going to be taking a look at this product right here, CBD Skunk Haze from Delta 9. Delta 9's CBD Skunk Haze. This particular batch is coming in at a whopping 3.56% THC and 6.31% CBD. We were packaged on, oh my goodness, where have you hidden your packaging information? Packaged on the 11th of June. So a couple months old, not too darn bad. A couple months old on this guy from Manitoba, and I am excited to see what this holds. I do myself typically like strains that are balanced or sort of a 1 to 2 strain, as this is. So let's see what this guy holds. All right. So we'll open it up here. Based on my initial impression, I'm going to suggest that this is probably excessive packaging unless I get something special inside. So unless I get some type of moisture additive, etc., this one's going to be considered excessive. So yeah, that's a bit of an excessive packaging. I have not even quite half a thing. So excessive on the packaging. First look. Oh, and first smell. Ooh, it's down on the table here, and I'm smelling it up here in my schnoz. So that's a good sign. First look, if I just take a look at these, not the most impressive in that it is a little bit stemmy, but I also get some nice big buds. So this one's a bit of a stemmier option. However, if I take this guy out here, this is a beaut. That's a beauty right there. So first look is going to get its yum. Actually, it does look pretty nice, and it smells beautiful. Yeah, it's supposed to be piney and earthy, and oh wow, is it ever. It's very nice. So yeah, that's quite a nice smell to it. It feels like it's got some moisture on the nose, right? So it feels like it's going to actually have a decent batch here. So now, did I get the 3.5 grams that I am supposed to? Did I get the 3.5 grams I am supposed to? Let's pour all of these nugs here out. Ooh, we lost one, two, and I am a little bit underweight. Let's put this back here. 3.4, 3.4. So a touch underweight. Let me do that one more time just to make sure that we're not missing anything. We're going to tear out 0 here. Good. Put everything back, because if I do give a negative score on this, I would like it to be justified. Oh, that's a fat nug, that one. Wow. All right. All right, yes, and 3.4, so a little bit under, unfortunately. So it does get a negative 2 points on that guy, in that I am slightly underweight. And if I do look at this, it is a stemmier batch. So if I'm looking at trim quality for my next category, that's not necessarily the nicest. I can see where some of these littler guys did fit in here in the past, and this would have probably been quite an impressive bud at one point. But as it looks, it's a little bit stemmy. It's not terrible, though. So I'm going to say good trim, because it does look like at one point it was actually quite nice buds. So good trim on that. Zoom viewing, we're going to slide over to our other camera, and I will see you guys shortly. All right, so we're here with our Zoom viewing on our CBD Skunk Haze, and not too darn bad on initial glance. I'm seeing some nice amber-colored trichomes there. Looks like they've been nicely developed. I'm not seeing a lot of beating down of the trichomes, so this is just our initial look. If you see up at the top right corner-ish, I'm going to try and make that a little more visible. Should be closer to the middle now. Oh, the color went a little wonky, but we're getting some beautiful golden colored trichomes in there. That's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, throughout there is a very nice looking bud. We're going to zoom in a little bit closer here, see what we can see. Holy doodles. All right. Yeah, the pistils there, the hairs are actually looking really, really, really nice and brown, very ripe. I'm not seeing a lot of damage to the trichomes, which is also quite impressive. So this is looking like a nice dusty batch. I'm going to bust this guy open just a little bit to see what is inside. Ooh, that has some moisture to it indeed. Well done. Well done, Delta 9. Well done, Delta 9. All right. So, yeah, as I get zoomed in even closer, things are looking quite good. There's definitely on this section a few stalks that I can see where there's no heads, but this has definitely got a very nice coverage to it, very nice coating of the trichome heads itself, and they're very nicely developed. So this one is going to get a, I think I'm going to give it top score on the zoom view again. This is looking, I don't know how I could not based on some of these views. Wow, that looks, wow, yeah. Like, how can I not give that a nice view? So there are definitely a few missing heads. That would be the reason I couldn't give it a perfect score, is based on the damaged heads. I do see a lot of stalks. So I think I'm going to go for a 3 at this point, just based on the damaged stalks, which is a bit of a shame because it does actually look like a really nice bud here. So I don't think I'm going to get a proper zoom on that guy, unfortunately. But how about here? Yeah, those are really nice. But again, here I can see some clear trichomes on the left-hand side. So I think we're going to go with the 3. Awesome. 3. See you guys soon. All right, guys, we are back with our scoring for our moisture. That is our next section. And of course, a reminder that we did, of course, get 3 points for our Zoom viewing score. Now, in terms of moisture, this is pretty nice. If I squish this, I get nothing. Like there's no poof, there's nothing. I've got a really nice, moist, dense bud here. This is thoroughly impressive stuff. And if the rest of Delta 9's stuff is like this, wow, you're getting actually a little bang for your buck here. So let us see how this guy grinds up. It's going to get a proper moisture spongy on the moisture rating, so it gets its 5 points there. Nicely done, you guys. I am going to take off a couple of these bigger stems, get that in there to test our density. I'm curious to see how this guy works for density. So I've given it a couple of grinds, and yeah, it's in there still, man. If I shake it, it's not going through the way I would like it to. So we're gonna keep giving it a couple more grinds there. Definitely has some nice stickiness to it. Definitely nice, sort of more along the lines of the sticky icky than the just poofy. So yeah, definitely has some nice density, has some stickiness. We'll give that guy a 3. Odor profile. How do our terps check out? I should be all pinene and myrcene basically on these guys. Definitely alpha beta pinene for sure. Super, like it smells like a tree, right? I'm not getting a lot of myrcene, but there's a little bit of like a fruity tanginess to it. So I think we're going to say true to its terpene profile, strong odor profile, very nice. Now, taste. Of course, my favorite part. Let's fill up this pipe here, just a smidgen. And of course, I know I've said this a million times before. If you really want to taste it, try a hempwick. It will help you get the lighter fluid flavor away from your tasting processes. Oh my goodness, and potentially burn your hand off depending on how active you are with the item. So let me see how our tasting goes. Super strong on the pinene. Wow. Tastes like I'm smoking a forest, man. It's awesome. Definitely. I'm not getting a lot of like the sort of myrcene effects, like that sort of fruitiness that kind of comes from that, but oh, later on maybe. I gotta say, the taste is quite nice in that it is a nice flavor all the way through. So I'm going to suggest that while it's super piney at the start, like super piney and heavy at the start, it is closer to the myrcene effects as you get closer in the bowl. So I would say that's a nice taste. We're going to go with a 3 on the taste. It's a very nice taste. It's pleasant. It's nothing unique that sometimes I would look for in that flavor to be like, whoa, dude, you got to try this. But very nice. Like, definitely goes from the pinene to the myrcene. I can't place my finger on it. Almost like a vanilla, almost, right? Like, it's really smooth, really nice. So pleasant. I had no cough. That was exceptionally smooth. The AB pinene, of course, bronchodilator properties of those terpenes, and wow, yeah, I feel great. That was like the smoothest hoot in a while. So that's a solid. Our ash, well, let's just take a look at that. Isn't that nice and beautifully white? I'm against a black background here, so you can see how white that in fact is. Nice white clean ash. Now, effects. I gotta say, and I am an advocate of this, but I think that the balanced strains are thoroughly underrated and underrepresented, in that most people come into the store looking for what's the highest THC. It's not always the highest THC, you guys. In this instance, we have our 3.5 and 6.3, and this is definitely hitting as if it were a 15 kind of percent THC product, if I was just looking for a THC product. So that's one of the reasons I would advocate for the balanced or CBD sided strains. Additionally, I quite like the use of CBD in this type of an application. It offers excellent recreational properties, and then it magnifies the THC. So effects on this batch, it is a sativa hybrid. I should be feeling sort of energetic, uplifted. I am. Yes. So definitely I'm not going to go as far as euphoric, but definitely energized, uplifted, feeling pretty darn good. So I'm going to say nice combo and balance. This is not the one that you're necessarily going to want to, if you just want to get gooned all night. I don't necessarily know that this is the great stuff, but if you needed to remain functional or do some stuff, I have to go do some dishes, right? This is a good strain for doing dishes, for example. I'm not going to be annoyed if I drop a dish. Well, I'll be less annoyed if I drop a dish. Let's go with that. Now, value is our next category. Of course, my least subjective of categories. This was a very happy surprise. This particular eighth, that's 3.5 grams, cost a whole $14.99. So we are looking at $4.28 per gram. That puts it at the top of our value score. It is in the $5 or less per gram range, so it gets a whopping 5 points. Now, overall, it is it's decent. It's good weed. It is, for what's available on the rec market, it's a little bit better than average. However, I know that while I am a fan of the CBD balanced strains, not a lot of people are. So I think from a user perspective, this is probably going to fall in the 3 range. It's decent weed. I think it's a little better than average. Again, that's sort of comparing it with the price, right? So for $15, this is way better than what I can sometimes get for $40. That's saying something, right? However, it doesn't offer what a lot of people are looking for. So for me, I hope it stays at that price point, because then I'm going to keep getting it. And I hope people don't discover our secret. However, if they do, that's more than okay. I'm gonna score this guy at a 3. It is decent weed. I like it. It's decent weed. It's good. It does the trick, right? All right, I'm gonna do some math. This is always troublesome for me. I'll be back. Alrighty, guys, we are back. We have a whopping 38 points total. This is scored extremely well. Couple of factors that got it there. Really well priced. 15 bucks for an eighth is outstanding. That's like super outstanding. That's a great price. Awesomely smooth smoke because it had some nice moisture to it. Reasonably fresh, good terpene profile, grown well, like actually some decent buds here. So this one has scored very well. Things that could have improved it a little bit. Well, if I'd gotten the full 3.5 grams, that would have been better. However, that's an aside. More an aside, however, is the packaging piece, which, hey, I've ranted about this before. I'm going to keep it harping on it. I don't like the packaging. I used to get way more than this in way less a package. So why can't we get there? I get that it's got to be childproof, but at the same time, shouldn't there be some onus on people not leaving their crap everywhere? Anywho, perhaps I'm starting to get political now. So I will take my leave of you. I hope you guys have a great experience. I do highly recommend the CBD Skunk Haze. And yes, happy smoking.